Welcome to an overview of utilizing the decision framework to number 1, create your building's literacy, math, and graduation goals, and quarterly monitoring of those goals. First, at this point, your building should have completed the decision framework. So you should have first looked at your achievement in these grade levels, or if you're a high school, you will look at this information for achievement. The second step would have been to look at your trends and data. The next step would be to look at your gap closing. This is an important component because your building gets its designation from the state based on your gap closing. So looking at your gap closing, if you have made progress, is it a concern, or if there's no action. Again, when you're looking at these components, you're looking at if it's progress, it's a best practice. You may want to include that in your school improvement plan. If it's a concern, you may look at that being a goal in your school improvement plan. And if there is no action, that means that there is no action. You also can look at your value-added data. And if your graduation, you're going to look at your graduation for your trend data. Again, to see if you're making progress, what are some best practices that were utilized to make those gains. Concern, it may be a part of your goal of your building. The next piece is influences. These are essential components that you may want to focus on to ensure that we're closing the achievement gap. So choosing an influence in highly effective instruction, curriculum, environment, parents, and community. Looking at our assessments. So once that is done, and you've looked at that information, and I know all buildings have, then what you will do is determine as a building leadership team what are some areas of concern for your building. In achievement, what is areas of concern? Your trends and data, what is areas of concern? Value added, areas of concern. Gap closing, remember this is an important component. Looking at those student groups, what is an area of concern? Highly effective instruction, what is an area of concern and what are we going to focus on? Assessment, what are areas of concern or focus area? Curriculum or environment, parent, and community. This information are areas of concern or areas of refinement, I like to call that. So this information you're really going to use to draft your school improvement plan. After you've determined your areas of concern, you're then going to look at preparing for your needs assessment. So these questions will help you to again pinpoint some professional development that you may want to use, some instructional interventions that you identify were best practice. This information is just to help you as you come to your narrative for your after the decision framework. So again, you're going to complete your areas of concern and then utilize these questions. You may not have to answer all of them to draft your narrative. Your narrative, which is already completed, remember, really summarizes what you believe that from this information, from the decision framework, that is a need in your building. What is your need in reading? What is your need in writing, language arts, math, graduation, parental involvement, assessments? What is your need? After your team has determined that, and you've utilized the decision framework, the decision framework again will help you create your needs assessment. From that needs assessment, you will, looking at your data, create a literacy goal, a math goal, a graduation goal if you're a high school, and an attendance goal. Remember with Senate Bill 410, we do need an attendance goal. Those will be your school improvement goals. So again, you would need a literacy, a math, a graduation, if that's your grade span, and an attendance goal. You will be using your in-house data, your report card data, to create your literacy goal, your math goal, your attendance or graduation goal. After your school improvement goals are done, I know that Kendall or Demia will be communicating the deadline for those school improvement goals. We will read through those goals and we will be specifically looking for, are those goals specific? Are they measurable? Are they appropriate? Are they realistic? And are they time limited? We will provide feedback to you on if we see that there's evidence of that, or maybe we need to refine your literacy, math, or attendance goal. And then quarterly, you will be receiving feedback that we also will be sharing with the board on how you're doing to reach those goals. So, for instance, your literacy goal, did you meet or did you not meet? What are some recommendations that we may have? In your math goal, again, did you meet or did you not meet? What are some recommendations for that? So, again, you will utilize your decision framework to create your needs assessment to create a literacy, math goal, graduation goal, if this pertains to you, and an attendance goal. Those school improvement goals, we will give you feedback on those, if they are measurable, specific, appropriate, realistic, or time limited. And then quarterly, you will actually be receiving information, and you will be sharing with the board if you've met that goal or not, what are your next steps, and then we will be providing recommendations and feedback to you. Thank you for this overview of decision framework to goals to areas of progress. Thank you.